Okay, so looking at gold, and in a few moments we'll be talking about also silver and gold and silver stocks as well. But as you probably know, I've been bearish on gold for some time, but we're finally beginning to see the emergence of a pattern, or what I should say is a reversal pattern. So you can see that we formed this low here back in April, May of this year, I beg your pardon. In June, we formed a bottom. Now you can see that this particular month, gold started breaking out some key market structures here, okay, as you can see there. And it started breaking these, and I was looking for gold to come here and actually take out these lows. But you can see it did not do that. And the fact that it did not do that, and instead continued to grind higher and close above the 50-day moving average, is quite bullish sign, by the way, we have formed now another higher low. Okay, so that's in fact a head and shoulders pattern. As you probably know, a head and shoulders pattern is a bullish reversal signal here, okay? So what I'm looking for on gold here, okay, let me just bring this a bit closer. So what I'm seeing here on gold at the moment is we've actually closed above the 50-day moving average right there. And we've got a pulse fired long, as you can see here. We've also broken above some resistance levels here, as you can see. So that's always a red flag. Of course, I am aware that gold still has some further resistance ahead, you know, at like 1375 and just under 1450 here. But I am saying this is a beginning of potential upward trend in gold. So for me, the way I see it is it's a wise decision to start building a position in gold and silver. Let's take a look at silver as well, since we're here. And yeah, silver actually is starting to... Okay, you can see that we've also just fired a pulse here on silver to the long side. Silver also closed with 50-day moving average here. We've also put in a higher low from our June lows there. Right? So I like the look and the picture here on both gold and silver. Let's take a look at also at gold stocks, because that's one of the things we're talking about here. So gold stocks looking weaker than gold. But of course, remember that gold stocks are strongly correlated to the price of gold and influenced as a result by its movements. So we can see that gold stocks, as far as we're concerned here, we have finally managed to carve out a bottom. You can see we actually formed a double bottom here. We did not take out these lows. And also just edging ourselves higher by the 50-day moving average. And if I just do a regression line here, just do that here for you. Okay, so you can see that gold stocks also have just broken out of this regression channel here, and that's usually a heads up that dynamics are changing here. And remember, one of the biggest myths and mistakes people make is that when they see a market that's going down like this, they think that the risks of buying are actually higher. That's not true at all. In fact, the risks are decreasing as markets are going down. And of course, I'm not suggesting that you should just, catch a falling knife. What I am suggesting, though, is that when a market is carving out a bottom, like we see gold stocks are doing, now would be a good opportunity to start building a low risk. So let me just write this down. It's a low risk, but also high reward opportunity. Okay, to buy gold, silver, and gold, silver stocks. Remember that one of the biggest advantages with gold and silver stocks is that the stocks of gold and silver, they give you something that the shiny metals do not do, which is dividends. Okay, so dividends and leverage. And by leverage, I'm talking about more bang for your buck. Okay, so what I have here on my chart is a chart of Eldorado Gold. This is one of our picks. Symbol is Ego. And what I have here is a daily chart, and I have here the monthly chart of Eldorado as well. And I'm going to show you why I use both of these as a measurement. So Eldorado, again, notice Eldorado Gold has made a double bottom here. Okay, and by the way, folks, in a few moments, at the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how I'm going to buy these stocks too. So I actually place some trades for you as well. By the way, I just want to mention this very, very important point, that I'm looking to buy these stocks as an investment, long term. Okay, so these are long-term investments I'm looking to make. So patience is required for these kind of investments or trades we're doing here. Okay, this is not something I'm looking to buy and sell within just a couple of days or weeks. I'm looking to potentially hold these gold and silver stocks for what could be months, maybe years. Okay, let's take a look here at Eldorado. So I'm looking to potentially buy at the next pullback. So the next time this stock pulls back to its mean, whether it's 8 or 21 moving averages here, I'll look to buy that. You can put a stop loss just under these lows. okay? And in fact, you will notice that we just have a moving average crossover here as well. This 8 and 21 a crossover here as well. It's quite bullish. And as you can see, this stock is what, like $7 right now? That's the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks and maybe a BlackBerry muffin. I mean, it's nothing really right now. But if you look at the previous history of this stock, it's been, I mean, it was at $16 just last year, about a similar time last year. Another one of my favorites here is AUY, which is Yamaha Gold. Again, you can see that we've carved out another bottom here. That's almost a double bottom pattern. And another favorite of mine is Royal Gold. Now, Royal Gold is interesting because you can see that when it came down and made a new low, it did not come even close to its lows back in June. Okay, so what we have here is a sort of a head and shoulders bottom here, and we also have a pulses firing long. And by the way, notice something interesting here. I have here on the monthly chart the gamma confirmation indicator, and notice that on the monthly chart of Royal Gold, gamma confirmation is still blue. And one of the interesting things to understand is that when the gamma confirmation is blue on the higher time frames, like here, that actually shows this stock has a higher relative strength than some of its competitors, like I just shown before. So I'm looking to actually buy Royal Gold here at a pullback, and then just put our stop loss just under $45. And looking also at, let me show you some other ones here. Some silver stock here. First Majestic Silver, I love this stock. Yeah, just love this stock. Okay, so again, sort of a head and shoulders bottom there. Also, again, notice that gamma confirmation is blue on the monthly chart. So that also tells us that the path of least resistance and the force of the trend in the stock, despite the fact that this market has been going down like that, yet the long-term path of this market, the path of least resistance in the stock, is still very strongly to the upside, okay, to the buyer side. Okay, some of these stocks I'm looking at don't necessarily have that. For example, if we look at, if you look at Goldcore, so you see the gamma confirmation for Goldcore actually stopped at the beginning of the year for 2013. So relatively speaking, from a technical perspective, Royal Gold is stronger than Goldcore, okay? Another favorite of mine here is Franco Nevada. So let's take a look at Franco Nevada. Yeah, I mean, this is also one of the stronger stocks. And similar to Royal Gold, you can see that Franco Nevada is also a pretty strong stock. It did not come and retest its previous lows back in June. So again, notice on the monthly charts, gamma confirmation is blue, and I'll be looking to buy any pullbacks here back to this ATMA here, 44 half, that level there. Let's have a look also at IM Gold. I quite like IAG. IAG here, just taking out, closing above its 50-day moving average here. We've got a pulses fired long. Gamma confirmation is not blue here on the monthly chart, so relatively weaker than the other stocks. And again, you can see that we're beginning to form here kind of a head and shoulders bottom here on this market too. And again, only $5 here on this stock. Another favorite of mine here is Silver Wheaton. Okay, Silver Wheaton is a silver stock, obviously. So yes, great stock all around. It ticks all the boxes here for our criteria for gold and silver stocks. And I just want to make sure you understand here, folks, that we're not buying any old gold and silver stocks, because believe me, the majority of gold and silver stocks out there are garbage. We're only picking out the ones that have solid fundamentals and solid technicals. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead now and place a few orders for some of the stocks we just looked at right now. So I'm using here, of course, our recommended trading platform, which is ETX Capital. So I'm going to go here. And one thing you can do here, folks, is rather than looking for the stock, individually, you can go here, just look, do a search for it. So, for example, First Majestic, just going to put First Majestic, and that should bring it up. There it is, First Majestic Silver. It says closed, obviously, because we're doing this on a Sunday, and markets are closed, obviously, on a Sunday. So we're going to go ahead here and place the order. All right, and there it is. Now, you can do CFDs, or you can do spread trading, or spread betting, or whatever you like. But I quite like buying CFDs on these stocks. So here's a chart of First Majestic. I'm looking to buy the pullback to the ATMA, which seems to be about just about 11.8. So let's go ahead now on here. 11. I just put 11.8. 11.80. Everything has to be done in cents here, by the way, so just remove the decimal place there in the middle. One important thing to mention here, folks, is that whenever you're investing in stocks, is that you invest equal amounts of money into each stock. Money management is really important here. For example, let's say you're buying AG, First Majestic Silver. So as an example, you'd be putting, let's say, $1,000 into this stock. And if you're buying Ego, it's important therefore you put the equal amount of money into this as well, $1,000. And the same goes on for the other stocks as well. Remember, that's not how much we're risking, but that's how much we're buying, or in other words, investing in these stocks. Okay, how much you're risking depends on where your stop loss is placed. All right, guys. So let's go now and place our order here. One good thing you can do here on ETX Capital is you can go on the Pip Calculator, which just means there's a way here you can measure the risk. So let's say you're buying at 1180. All right, and quantity. Let's say you're buying 100 shares. By the way, remember, one CFD is equal to one share. Okay, so if I'm putting 100 CFDs, that means 100 shares here, right? Stop loss at 1045. So it says over here I'm risking 135 cents or 135 points. So if I'm buying 100 CFDs or 100 shares, that's how much I'm risking here at the bottom here. That's $135 or 83 pounds. All right, guys. So if you're buying, let's say, 500 of this, that means you're risking $675 or 417 pounds. All right, so I hope that kind of makes sense here. So I'm going to go over here and just change the quantity here to 500. All right, guys, I'm just going to scale in. So we're not going to go ahead and just buy the whole lot in one go. We're going to scale in bit by bit. So it says where's the stop loss going to be? So stop loss is going to be at 1045, just under the lows there. If you want to have a target here, you can put your target there, but I'm not going to put a target in. I'd much just rather have an open target. All right, guys, and that's it. And you just go ahead and you press place, and it's done. So there it is. Our First Majestic Silver order is registered. And let's go ahead now and do the other one, which is, I'm going to do a gold stock here, which is Eldorado. Eldorado Gold is right there. Bring that up. So I'm going to go over here. Buy at 660. Quantity, let's go put 500 here. Stop loss. So I'm going to put a stop loss at the recent lows with 560. There. All right, guys. So that's it. And so essentially what we're risking here is about $1 or about 100 points here. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and place this order, and we're done. All right, guys. So our orders are now registered, as you can see here, on Eldorado and First Majestic Silver. And just go ahead and doing this for the rest of the stocks there as well.